my night wolves, and welcome back to another video on my channel. And today is an extra video going out today. I wasn't planning on posting an extra video today, but I just had like this really good idea out of the blue. I was sitting here snuggling my cat Rin, and I thought, you know what? How about I go in The Sims and make my fur babies as Sims? So obviously we are starting with Honey, and I made her a toddler because she is the baby of the family. She is only about 3 to maybe 4 months old, so she's not that old. So I made her a toddler, and she is so freaking cute. She came out, I feel like if she was a human, I feel like this is what she would look like. I don't know, but I love her to bits. And she gets a pink bow in her hair because she actually has a pink collar with little honey pots on it and bees. I didn't have any like bee related things in The Sims, so I couldn't put like little honey bees on her or anything like that. I don't know why I called her Honey. When I was going through names, because I knew I was going to get another cat, I was like, what should I call this cat? I don't know what to call her. And I was just sitting there scrolling through names and just kept going through thousands of names, and none of them sat properly with me. And suddenly Honey popped in my mind, and I'm like, yes, that is her name. I don't know, I just felt like immediate connection to the name Honey. And then after I make Honey, I make my oldest, who is Rin. He's actually an old man, but I didn't want to make him old, so I made him an adult. He's 7 years old, so he's old. When I tell people how old he is, they're like, oh, so he's old. So I'm assuming he's old. I didn't even look it up. I just take people's word for it. But yeah, so he is my oldest. He is actually the very first animal that I had living with me at the time of me moving into my apartment. He was actually the only animal I had owned. I actually helped deliver Rin when he was a baby. The mom had a disability, and she was struggling to give birth to the kittens because she had a disability. She shook a lot. She had seizures constantly, which we did not know that, and we felt so awful that we did not realize she was having seizures until we didn't get rid of her because we didn't love her. We got rid of her because where I was moving, I couldn't take her with me, sadly. My mom also couldn't take her because of where she was living at the moment. So we had to sadly give her up, and we gave her to this great place that is a great shelter. They are keeping her until she passes away. So that's her forever home, and they are medical stuff. Like they're a shelter, but they also are like a vet. So it's like a vet slash shelter. So she gets to live there, and that's her forever home, and I'm super happy for her. So yeah, Rin's mom had trouble birthing the kittens. All of them survived except for one, which I called Love because we didn't know if it was a boy or a girl. So Love is kind of a, general neutral name, and I just wanted the kitten to know that it's loved, and I tried my damnedest to keep the kitten alive, but sadly it died. But all the kittens did go to their forever home, and I kept Rin. So he's my oldest. I should have done these in the order of who I got next. So I got Rin, and then turn around, I got Phil, which Phil is at the end of the video, and I'll tell you his story. And then after Phil, I got Hazel, and after Hazel, I got Honey. So I should have done it in the order of which I got them, but I didn't. I was just like, I'm doing Honey first because she's the baby. I don't know, I was like kind of all over the place. I didn't have like a designated of who was going to go first or whatever. After I do Rin, I do Hazel, who is my rabbit, and he is kind of mixed colors. He has brown, but he has white, and he has gray, and he has black. So I tried my best when I made these Sims to do it exactly of what their color is. Honey is my orangey cat. She's tan orangey, so I kind of made her have like brownish orangey hair. That's how she is. Rin, he's my tan baby, so I made him kind of blonde. And then Hazel's colors are kind of all over the place. So when I give Hazel his hair, I give him like this brown black kind of hair, I think it was. I guess you could say that he's peppered. And he also has white. Honey has white paws. She has socks. She has little sockies on her feet. So I give the toddler pink nail polish to represent her socks, and I give her white shoes to represent her, socks. Rin is fully tan, so he was like mostly browns and blondish, because he's like tan but also kind of blonde. I don't know. But anyway, so then Hazel, he's a peppered bunny. And then I also made Phil. Phil had passed away last year. His 1 year had already passed, not recently, it's been a couple of months since his 1 year passed. But he's still my fur baby, even though he's not here. I still love him, I miss him every day, and I still question what happened. He was okay with being alone. He was different from all the guinea pigs, because I heard like guinea pigs get really sad, they need another partner, like they'll need somebody in there with him. And Phil, he did not care. He was definitely always active, eating, seemed very happy. And then one day I got home from going on a nature walk, and I found him in his cage, half alive, half dead. And he was trying to get my attention, because I remember I came home from my nature walk and I sat down at the computer thinking about, I think, recording a video or something, and I could hear this sound, and I'm like, Phil is making a sound and I'm worried about him. So I'm like, I need to go check in on him. So I went in and I checked on him, and he had like this little house that was in the cage with him, and he was inside of it. So I moved the house and I'm like, hey Phil, what's going on? And I was just completely, utterly shocked to find him pretty much clinging to life. I think he was trying to get my attention to be like, hey, I'm about to go. And he just wanted me to know, I guess. I don't know. So I was freaking out. I was calling everyone under the sun. I called so many vets, and they're like, well, if you can get him here. And my mentor, she was like an hour away because she was going to a friend's house, and she wasn't going to be able to get there, and there was like no way I could have gotten him to the vets in time. And he sadly passed away. So I did Phil. He was calico colored. I was thinking I did make him a child. I made him a child because he was not young like Honey. I made Honey a toddler. I made Rin an adult. I made Hazel a teenager because he is young, but I think he's around his teenage years at this point in time. And then I made Phil a child because he was actually very young. He was about to be 1. So I don't know how much that is in guinea pig years, but I say maybe a child, maybe? I don't know, maybe an adult. I'm not 100% sure. So I just thought it would be perfect for him to be like almost a teenager, but not quite. So I made him a child. So yeah, Phil passed away. I'm really sad that he's gone, but he is still part of the family, so I did create him, and he is calico colored, and I legitly was about to throw on the calico onesie because there is one for kids, but I decided against it and ended up putting him in like regular clothes. But yeah, that is pretty much it, and there's my stories about my kitties and my bunnies and my guinea pig. I gave them all my last name, which is Freeman, because they're my kids. So, oh, I want to tell you guys how Rin got his name. Rin got his name from an anime character. I had a huge crush on this guy named Rin from Free, from an anime called Free. And Hazel got his name because he kind of looks like a hazelnut, kind of. And then Phil got his name because I watched this YouTuber named Phil, which is Amazing Phil. That is it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Ring that bell if you want to see more videos from me. Subscribe if you want to. And I'll see you beautiful night wolves in the next video. Goodbye.
Down and you're 10 feet underground when